Huawei Technologies Company Limited was founded in 1987 by Ren Zhengfei, former People's Liberation Army engineer in Shenzhen, China. Initially, Huawei began as a small company focused on reselling private branch exchange switches, but it soon shifted towards developing its telecommunication technology. By the 1990s, Huawei started investing heavily in research and development, producing its own digital switches and networking equipment. This innovation-driven approach helped Huawei expand rapidly within China, securing contracts with local governments and major telecom operators. The company's commitment to providing affordable yet high-quality technology positioned it as a key player in China's modernization of its telecommunication infrastructure. In the 2000s, Huawei turned its focus to international expansion, entering markets in Europe, Asia, Africa, and Latin America. The company diversified its operation, offering products in network infrastructure, enterprise solutions, and consumer electronics, notably smartphones. Huawei's entry into the mobile phone market began in the early 2000s, but its first branded smartphone was the Huawei U8-20 or the T-Mobile Pulse, released in the year 2009. This device was notable for being Huawei's first Android-powered smartphone, making the company's transition from producing network equipment and white-label devices for other brands to developing its own consumer electronics. The Huawei U8-20 featured a 3.2-inch touchscreen, a 3.2 megapixels camera, and access to Google's growing app ecosystem, which positioned Huawei as a serious contender in the smartphone industry. Before this, Huawei had mainly manufactured low-cost feature phones and devices under contract for other telecom companies. The success of the U8-20 laid the foundation for Huawei's future smartphone lines, including the Ascend, P-series, and Mate series, which would later establish the company as one of the world's leading mobile phone manufacturers. Following the success of the Huawei U8-20, the company quickly recognized the potential of the smartphone market and began investing heavily in innovation, design, and hardware capabilities. This led to the launch of the Huawei Ascend series in 2010, which introduced more powerful processors, improved cameras, and refined user interfaces. Huawei's focus on research and development, supported by its growing expertise in telecommunication, allowed it to integrate cutting-edge technologies like faster connectivity and enhanced battery life into its devices. The company also began establishing partnerships with global carriers and retailers, helping it gain visibility and credibility in international markets. By offering high-quality smartphones at competitive prices, Huawei positioned itself as a cost-effective alternative to established brands like Samsung, Nokia, and Apple. As the Ascend line gained popularity, Huawei continued to expand its portfolio with flagship devices such as the Ascend P6 and P7, which showcased sleek designs and premium features. These successes strengthened Huawei's brand identity as an innovator, transforming it from a behind-the-scenes equipment provider into a globally recognized consumer electronics brand. The company's growing reputation also led to the creation of the Mate series, targeting business professionals with large display and productivity features. This strategic shift not only boosted Huawei's global sales, but also allowed it to climb the ranks of the smartphone industry, eventually becoming one of the top 3 smartphone manufacturers worldwide. The momentum from these early successes laid the foundation for the Huawei's future dominance in mobile innovation and design excellence. By the mid-2010s, Huawei's rapid growth and commitment to innovation began paying off on a global scale. With the success of its P-series and Mate series, which rivaled flagship models from Apple and Samsung, Huawei gained a strong reputation for combining premium design, powerful performance, and advanced camera technology often developed in partnership with Leica. The company's aggressive investment in research, marketing, and global distribution helped it capture significant market share in Europe, Asia, and emerging markets. By the 2018, Huawei had surpassed Apple to become the world's second largest smartphone manufacturer, positioning itself just behind Samsung. Its devices such as the Huawei P20 Pro and Mate 20 Pro were praised for their innovation, particularly in photography, battery life, and AI integration, signaling that Huawei was on the verge of becoming the global leader in smartphones. In 2019, Huawei reached its peak, briefly overtaking Samsung to become the world's top smartphone maker, a historic milestone that underscored its transformation from a regional telecom supplier into a dominant global technology brand. This achievement reflected not only Huawei's mastery of hardware engineering, but also its ability to understand and meet diverse consumer needs across continents. The company's focus on balancing high performance with affordability allowed it to capture a wide audience, from premium buyers to budget-conscious users. This near dethroning of Apple and Samsung marked a defining moment in Huawei's history, proving that a Chinese tech company could compete head-to-head with long-established industry giants on innovation, quality, and design. One of the most defining features of Huawei's rise in smartphone industry was its camera innovation, which often placed it years ahead of competitors. Partnering with Leica, a renowned German optics company, Huawei focused on delivering professional-grade photography in mobile devices. Beginning with the Huawei P9 in 2016, the company introduced dual lenses system that revolutionized smartphone photography, offering features like advanced depth sensing, low light performance, and natural color reproduction. Huawei continued pushing boundaries with the P20 Pro and Mate 20 Pro series, which debuted triple camera setup and groundbreaking AI image processing. These innovations allowed Huawei phones to consistently top the ExoMark camera rankings, earning praise from photographers and tech enthusiasts alike for the exceptional clarity, dynamic range, and detail. In 2019, Huawei once again redefined mobile photography with the P30 Pro, introducing the industry's first periscope zoom lenses in a mainstream smartphone. This engineering breakthrough enabled 5x optical zoom, 10x hybrid zoom, and 50x digital zoom, far exceeding the capabilities of any other phone at the time. The periscope camera design, which used a prism to reflect light sideways within the phone's body, allowed for greater optical zoom without increasing the device thickness, a feat that many competitors later emulated. This bold innovation cemented Huawei's reputation as a pioneer in mobile imaging, positioning the brand as a leader not just in hardware performance, but in redefining what smartphone cameras could achieve. The US trade ban imposed in 2019 had a profound impact on Huawei, striking at the core of its global operations and technological advancement. The US government placed Huawei on its entity list, restricting American companies from supplying hardware, software, or technology without special approval. This meant Huawei could no longer access critical components like Google mobile services for its Android smartphones or advanced semiconductors from key suppliers such as Qualcomm and Intel. As a result, Huawei's international smartphone sales suffered sharply, particularly in Western markets where Google apps and services were essential for users. The ban also disrupted Huawei's supply chain for high-performance chips, forcing the company to rely on limited stockpiles and explore domestic alternatives. The loss of access to cutting-edge chip technology severely affected Huawei's ability to produce flagship devices that could compete with Apple and Samsung. Its in-house chip division, Kirin, struggled to keep pace without access to TSMC's advanced 5nm and 7nm fabrication processes, which were dependent solely on US technologies. Huawei's smartphone market share declined significantly after 2020, leading the company to shift focus toward software development, cloud computing, and Harmony OS, or Hongmeng OS if you are in China, its proprietary operating system. Despite these challenges, Huawei remained resilient, investing heavily on self-reliance and domestic chip research to reduce dependency on foreign suppliers. The USA ban marked a turning point, transforming Huawei from a fast-rising global smartphone leader into a company driven by innovation under constraint. Despite the crippling US sanctions, Huawei has demonstrated remarkable resilience and adaptability, reinventing itself to thrive under new conditions. The company strategically shifted its focus towards self-reliance, accelerating investment in domestic semiconductor development and collaboration with local partners to build a more independent supply chain. This demonstration bore fruit in 2023 when Huawei stunned the world by launching the Mate 60 Pro powered by a 7nm Kirin chip developed in China, an impressive technological feat achieved despite ongoing restriction on advanced chip making equipment. This breakthrough not only symbolized Huawei's comeback but also showcased China's growing capabilities in semiconductor innovation. Alongside hardware advances, Huawei continued expanding its ecosystem with Harmony OS, now widely adopted across its smartphone, wearables, and Internet of Things devices, offering a seamless, Google-free user experience. Beyond smartphones, Huawei diversified into cloud computing, AI solutions, and 5G infrastructure, becoming a global leader in next-generation connectivity and enterprise technology. The company also strengthened its presence in electric vehicles and smart home ecosystems, leveraging its expertise in software and hardware integration. These strategic pivots have helped Huawei rebuild momentum and reassert its influence in multiple tech sectors. Today, the brand is once again making waves both in China and globally, not only as a smartphone innovator, but as a symbol of technological resilience and ingenuity, proving its ability to adapt, evolve, and compete at the highest level despite unprecedented global challenges. Huawei's journey from a small telecom supplier to a global technology powerhouse is a story of bold innovation, strategic resilience, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Despite facing some of the toughest industry sanctions in modern history, the company has turned adversity into opportunity, redefining itself through breakthroughs in chip making, software ecosystems, and AI-driven technologies. As Huawei continues to strengthen its self-reliance and diversity across sectors from smartphones and cloud computing to electric vehicles and 5G infrastructure, it is well positioned to remain a major force in shaping the future of global tech. Looking ahead, Huawei's focus on homegrown innovation, sustainability, and intelligent connectivity suggests a future where it not only reclaims its position among world's top smartphone makers, but also leads in emerging fields like AI integration and the Internet of Everything, driving the next wave of digital transformation.